I don't put much thought into getting hard, but I stay hard every time I have sex because 7 years ago I learned how to get aroused on demand. So now it takes no work to maintain. So let me be clear, none of this would have happened if I'd continued doing the normal things that people tell you. If I'd kept taking Viagra or Cialis, or supplements, or going to a sex therapist. It's only through a very simple but very potent training technique that I've been able to create such long-lasting results for myself and for my clients. So in this video, I'm going to finally reveal the secrets behind the method and show you the technique that I've used to create endless full erections. And I'll show you an example firsthand that you can try to see just how superior this method is to how most people are approaching it. So staying hard is actually a skill, just like playing the piano or throwing a ball. It can be acquired through the right process, and that doesn't have to take a lot of time. So why is it that so many guys who struggle with erection quality fail to see any improvement? Well, think about how most guys approach it. They want it to go away. They take pills that work sometimes, and even when they do work, they still make you worry about whether or not you'll stay hard. So why does this not work? Because sexual anxiety is actually a protective mechanism. The easiest way to think about it is imagine that you were about to walk into a cage with a fully grown tiger and you felt afraid. Your body is telling you, don't do this, I'm about to get hurt. But then your friend handed you a pill that made you feel less afraid. Would feeling less afraid change the fact that you're about to walk into a cage with a tiger? Of course not. You shouldn't do it. And that's how you're approaching your sexual anxiety. Your body is saying, don't do this, it's about to hurt me. And you're walking right into the painful situation anyway. So to beat sexual anxiety, you have to understand that it's not your enemy. It's your body trying to communicate with you. Imagine trying to have a relationship with someone that you really, really need, but you constantly ignored everything they said. But Cam, walking into the bedroom isn't a tiger's cage because I'm totally safe when I try to have sex. Yes, physically you're totally safe, but emotionally, what's about to happen? You're about to lose your erection, which is going to make you feel awful. Embarrassed, scared, frustrated, probably a whole cocktail of emotions that you don't know how to handle. And your body's incredibly smart, and it knows exactly what's coming. So what is it trying to do? It's actually trying to take away your ability to get hard, to try and stop you from entering the sexual situation. It's trying to keep you safe. These mechanisms are very smart. They've evolved over thousands of years. It's an involuntary action. You don't get to choose, which is why it actually works. So if you want to get hard so you can have sex, you have to learn to respect the protective mechanisms that your body has to try and keep you safe. Trying to override them with pills or supplements will never work because they aren't addressing the real problem. To work with these mechanisms, you have to listen to them and treat them as the map to explaining exactly what you need to do to get hard. A lot of what you've learned about sex from society isn't true, and some of the conflict is coming from this. So you aren't a walking erection. Your boners shouldn't happen on demand no matter what the circumstances. And a girl being pretty isn't necessarily the only condition that should make you hard. The only way to turn off the protective mechanisms and get on-demand raging boners is to listen what your anxiety is trying to tell you and to follow what it wants. When it turns off the protective mechanisms, your erections go back to 100% every single time. No maintenance, no thinking about it all day, just sexual enjoyment. Doesn't that sound nice? Another way to say this is you have to learn about what your body likes and what it doesn't like, which isn't always what your mind likes. For example, a really popular type of porn right now is cuckold porn. So porn where men are actually watching other men have sex with their wives. So that is something that may be mentally and sexually very arousing. But most guys in that situation would feel awful if that actually happened. And most guys who are watching that kind of porn feel emotionally awful while they're watching it. They just don't notice. I mean, think about it. How often do you pay attention to your emotional state during a masturbation session? But Cam, I have no idea how to listen to my body. Will I ever be able to turn off the protective mechanisms and get my boners back? Great question. The answer is yes, and you actually already know how to listen even ahead of time and know what your body's going to say. So let's do a really simple, really powerful exercise. So close your eyes and bring a really clear, vivid image into your mind of the last time that you lost an erection. Now, how does your body feel? Probably not great. Now, close your eyes again. Bring a vivid picture into your mind of your happiest memory, the best moment of your entire life. Now, how do you feel? Probably much better. In a very short period of time, the way your body felt went from uncomfortable to probably better than pleasant. But the next step is to add this into your decision making for the future. So you're out with your friends, you meet a girl, you're thinking about taking her home as a one-night stand. You already know you won't get hard, so use your mind to think about that and see how you'll feel. Your body will tell you, please don't do that. If you do it anyway, you're making your erection problems worse. If you start to listen, you're getting better. Listening to your body is literally a map out of these problems permanently. So right now, you don't know how to communicate with your body. It's telling you a lot of things, but you don't speak the same language yet. So learning this language takes time, but it's worth doing because once you understand what it wants, you two will always be on the same page, which will make all sexual situations significantly more enjoyable. And this means you'll no longer walk into the bedroom worried about your erections. You'll have complete certainty that you'll stay hard because you'll know exactly what turns your body on. It's actually a fun process, believe it or not. As I said, it does take time to learn this language, but if you would like to cut the learning curve down to less than 30 days, I've already spent years learning this language through my own body and through helping guys like you get their erections back. So if you would like help learning this in a fast, fun, efficient way, book a call with me down below. I would love to help you put this behind you for good. Until then, I'll see you next time.